Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Rapunzel. She had long, flowing golden hair that reached down to her ankles. And every night before bed, she would braid her hair and hang it over her balcony to dry in the moonlight. One day, while Rapunzel was hanging her hair out of her window, she noticed a little wooden puppet standing at the bottom of her tower. The puppet had a long nose and was dressed in a little coat and a hat. "Hello," said Rapunzel. "Who are you?" "I'm Pinocchio," said the puppet, "and I'd like to ask you for a favor." Rapunzel was very kind, so she asked Pinocchio what she could do for him. "I'd like to come up to your room and listen to your bedtime stories," he said. Now, Rapunzel loved telling stories, so she agreed. And Pinocchio climbed up the tower as fast as he could. But when he reached the top, he found that he was too small to open the door. So Rapunzel let him in with her hair, and Pinocchio scampered up her golden locks all the way to her room. Every night after that, Pinocchio would climb up Rapunzel's hair to listen to her stories, and they became the best of friends. One night, though, the king came to visit Rapunzel, and he brought a handsome prince with him. "This is the prince you're going to marry," the king said. "He's strong and brave, and soon he'll be taking you away from this tower." Rapunzel didn't want to marry the prince, but she knew she had to do what the king said, so she agreed to marry him. Pinocchio was very sad to hear this because he liked Rapunzel and he didn't want her to leave the tower. "Don't worry, Pinocchio," Rapunzel said, noticing his sadness. "I won't forget you. I promise I'll always have a place in my heart for my little wooden friend." On the day of her wedding, Rapunzel packed up all her things and prepared to leave the tower. She put some clothes and toys in a basket and then tied the basket to her hair. Then she climbed down the ladder and walked away from the tower with the prince. Pinocchio watched her go, and he felt a tear roll down his cheek. Suddenly, an idea popped into his head. He ran as fast as he could to the market, where he knew a kind woodcarver worked. "Please help me," Pinocchio said to the woodcarver. "I need you to make something very special for me." The woodcarver was a very talented man, and after a few hours of work, he had finished Pinocchio's request. He had made a beautiful wooden horse with flowing golden hair. "Oh, thank you," Pinocchio said. "This is perfect." He got on the horse and rode it all the way back to the tower. When he arrived, he saw that Rapunzel was hanging her hair out of the window, so he called out to her, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let me in." Rapunzel turned around and was so happy to see Pinocchio. She helped him untangle her hair from the basket, and then she and Pinocchio spent the rest of the day playing together. They played until sunset, and then Rapunzel had to get ready for bed. So she braided her hair and hung it out the window to dry. Pinocchio climbed up her hair as fast as he could, and the two friends spent the night telling each other stories and making plans for the next day. And they lived happily ever after,